Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm just trying to get everybody out of the waiting room. So yeah, if you see me reaching towards the screen, I'm just letting people in from the waiting room. So my name is Magdalena Abrego, and I'm an assistant director with the Office of Alumni Affairs here at Berklee. And yeah, welcome to the very first Berklee night. Berklee night, Berklee night, Berklee night at lunch. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, so, converting this alumni concert series was part of our overall effort to continue bringing some quality content to this community despite all of the challenges with the pandemic. So I want to thank all the performers and everyone who's tuning in right now for showing up and showing your support for this community. So as I said, this is only one of the events that of many that our office is hosting. And so one of the best ways to stay up to date on what events are happening is by checking out our bi-weekly newsletter, as well as checking out our Facebook page. So what I'm going to do is add some information to the chat box for how to receive that newsletter if you're not receiving it, and where you can find that Facebook page to stay up to date. And to give you a sense of the range of events that we're doing just this week, in addition to this concert, we're also having a project management workshop on April 29th. We're doing a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion 101 course on April 30th. And like I said, I know this is a lot of information, so I'll be peppering the chat box with links to all of this. So stay tuned for that. But before we get started with our first performer, I just want to set up some basic rules to make the most out of using this platform. So first, help with the audio quality. If everyone could just keep their cameras and their microphones off for the duration of the event, that would be super, super helpful. That being said, this is an interactive event. So if you have questions for me or for the performers, or if I have questions for you, please use the chat function to communicate. And I'll also be throwing some links in there throughout the event, so keep an eye out there. I also want to make a note that this event will be recorded, and it might be published on Berklee's YouTube or social media pages or website, so keep that in mind. Yeah, so let's get into it. So first up, we have singer-songwriter Delfina Cheb, a good friend of mine and an artist that I admire for so many reasons, but especially because she's found this way to balance having a performance career and getting a master's degree at a conservatory and being signed to a major label. She's amazing. So I'm really excited to have her here today. Delfina, can you see me and hear me all right?
I can. How are you, Magdalena?
I'm good, chilling in this dream kitchen that isn't real at all. It's just a fake Zoom background.
Fridge. I've always wanted a fridge like that. It's beautiful.
One of my coworkers said it's like $20,000 or something. So it's good to have goals. Yeah. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm writing a lot, singing a lot. As you mentioned, I'm getting my master's at NEC right now, so that's keeping me busy, as you know. And just trying to make the most out of this. All of these great artists are doing these live sessions, which are amazing actually, and I'm getting to listen to all of my favorite artists just do acoustic sets, so that's pretty cool. I think that's
and you've done some other live stream concerts as well, right? How have those been going?
Well, it's definitely a bit weird to play without a live audience, I mean, but surprisingly it is still very gratifying, honestly, because we still get a lot of feedback from people, and people really engage, and they are here supporting these things, and that's just wonderful. So thank you for listening. Thank you for just being on the other side of the screen. It's a great it's great company. Every time we're free, I'm with my best friend and roommate here, also Berklee alumni, and we always just put lives on whenever we're having lunch or dinner, and I think it's just great to support our peers and other artists by watching these streams. It's great.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, it's been such a trip to see the artists that I really love in their living rooms or their bedrooms. It's really, really cool. And where are you broadcasting from today?
I'm in Miami, so we can
Nice.
see the beautiful ocean and the bay right there.
Oh my goodness, that's so gorgeous. Wow. Okay. I feel like in terms of places to get quarantined, like you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's sunny and I get to see the ocean. It's pretty cool. It's great.
Nice. I am in Cambridge and it is very, Cambridge, Massachusetts, and it is very rainy and horrible outside. So that's nice. But yeah, so how would you say that everything with the pandemic has impacted your life as a performer? Like what has changed for you over the past couple of months?
Well, I'm actually about to release my first album, as you mentioned, alongside producer and composer and guitar player, and just amazing musician, Javier Limon. And it's been kind of tough just to get, like the music out there without being able to perform it. We had
Right.
tour ready. We were going to go to Argentina, where I'm from, and to Spain, and to play around the US quite a bit. And all of that got canceled. But, some of the venues that I was going to play at had some really cool like platforms and like just like resources for us. Like So Far did a couple playlists that actually placed really well in like general like statistics of audience. So that was pretty cool.
Cool.
And I'm just, like just working, just doing a lot of like, video editing and trying to work on social media as everyone else, I assume. But, it's a great opportunity to just face those things that you never do because you're like too busy to do them. But now it's time to do that, to update that website, to just try and get all of that content out there, to do all of that stuff that needs to be done. And it's sort of like hard and just it requires a lot of focus, but I mean, we have it now. So I guess I'm just making use of the time for that.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. So yeah, maybe I'll just sort of hand the mic over to you and let you do your thing, and we can chat a little bit after you play.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I see my mom and dad. I'm very happy about that. And my good friend Martin is here, so that's amazing. That's more than what we need. I'm going to start with an original song that I wrote for my sister. And as I mentioned before, I'm very lucky because I'm quarantined here with my best friend and favorite singer ever. Listen to Mila. I'm going to put her socials there. Magdalena, I hope that's fine that we just like,
Please do. Yeah, go for it.
Spiel over the chat. So here we are. This is she keeps getting further away. I want to show her. So we're going to do this song. It's called 10,000 gorriones, which means 10,000 sparrows. And I just was trying to portray how much love and affection and inspiration I feel for my sister and for my family. And just it's that type of love that feels like 1,000 birds flying inside of your chest. So here it goes. Si tuviera las armas para enfrentarme con todo lo que me asusta, te miraré a los ojos y te diría que no hay manera de irme de acá, brillando en la oscuridad, sanando. Vos me miras de cerca, me habla de héroe, de Iliada, de los planetas. Yo pienso que es mentira, que no hay manera de verme siendo de 1000 colores. Por tu vitral yo me reflejo en 10,000 colores. Yo me transformo en 10,000 canciones y yo me reflejo en 10,000 colores también. Y siento el fervor de 10,000 gorriones volando juntos. 10,000 gorriones volando juntos. 10,000 gorriones volando juntos también. ¿Cómo tengo las armas para enfrentarme con todo lo que me asusta? Hoy te digo a los ojos que sos el viento que pinta todo Boston violeta. esta violeta, mi amor. Thank you. So that's a weird part about live sessions. I know that someone is smiling out there, but it's just not the song, but hey.
I just want to jump in to say that the sound is really, really good. So keep doing your thing. Sounds great.
Great, yeah.
Thank you, Leslie. Bye.
Sue is pretty good. This is Listen to Mila one more time. She's amazing. I'm gonna put this on the
It
chat.
seems like you're like ordering people, but no, that's my actual social media.
Okay, this is it. I feel like I'm in class, but no, I'm not in class. This is a concert. I've been like on Zoom every day, every hour of my life. So, this is a new song. It's called Yellow Tree. It's a very funny song, so those of you who speak Spanish are gonna laugh about it. It's sort of a twist on the pandemic. My mom reminded me on when we had the avian flu when I was in primary school back home in Argentina, and how like all we thought was like, wow, we don't have to go to school for a week. This is so much fun. And like, well, this is not quite the same, but I've been trying to sort of, you know, go back to those times when it was exciting not to go to school and stay in my pajamas all day. So this is Árbol Amarillo. Luces doradas y un cielo abierto, tu cuarto, mis manos y un árbol amarillo, la luna, tu pelo, las risas de nuestros amigos, los grillos, el mate, los planes que se arrugan, los ruidos del barrio paseándose, tu boca besando las partes que yo siempre escondo. Vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo. Las risas de nuestros amigos. Vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo. Poemas, canciones, la cumbia psicodélica, dame una seca, ya vemos que mañana no hay clase, ya vemos que mañana no hay clase, las risas de nuestros amigos, vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo, vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo. Un cuarto, las manos, pedazos de amarillo, luces doradas, decorando, decorando la luna, tu boca, las risas de nuestros amigos. Vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo, ya vemos que mañana no hay clase, las risas de nuestros amigos. Vos sabés que yo siempre me escondo. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna close my Facebook. That's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, but you know, I cannot put my phone on airplane mode because we're using the internet, of course, but also I'm so sorry that my ringtone interrupted the song. But I guess it's like sort of part of the culture of these things, you know, like we're all like just existing. Magdalena, I have time for one more song, right? It's still 1:30.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, great.
Pienso en la noche larga, miro por la ventana y lloro. Tú al verme quieta tus ojos cuando yo todo está bien, está bien. Risas que son suspiros como gorriones que se vuelan. Quiero que llegue el alba, quiero que abra tus ojos, cielo. Otra vez, otra vez. Está bien, está bien. En el tiempo que va despacio, lo empiezo a ver. Hay maneras de ver las cosas que no se ven. En el brillo que va creciendo y no va a parar. Este alma que está sanando ya va a volar. Estos días que van pasando y ya va a aclarar. Fueron noches de imaginarme estando bien. Tantos días de despertarme queriendo ver. Y entre llantos de madrugada ya amaneció. Entre flores que son testigos de tanto amor. Estos días que van pasando ya van mejor. Estos días que van pasando ya van mejor. Estos días que van pasando ya van mejor.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I know. I'm very well acquainted with like the sort of like awkwardness of not having applause anymore. I've done a few live streams myself, and I'm just like, okay, on to the next song.
Usually I like sort of choose my set based on like, you know, people and what they like, what they get bored by, but you know, don't know. So I'm just hoping, I mean, I'm sure that my mom and dad like everything I will do, so that's to the audience. That's like fun. Okay, so time for one more song, right?
Absolutely, go for it.
Also, I'm so sorry that I just really want to sing in Spanish today. You know, I need that. So I'm sorry that
It's a good mood.
understand the lyrics, but this is a song that is gonna come out soon, and it's called "Today the Moon." And I wrote this for a very dear friend. It says, it talks about how sometimes you can be far away from someone, but we all look at the same moon if we're in the same time zone at least. But yeah, you know, we have that in common. So, you know, although we're all spread out around the world, there's something that just, there's a constant for all of us. And for me, that's the moon. So today the moon.
Hoy la luna vuelve a sonreír y me duele que estés lejos. Todo oscuro y yo igual confié en lo puro de tus manos que vuelan como poemas solos en vela. Lloré ¿cómo no contarte qué sentí al dormirme entre estrellas fugaces, sin los disfraces como tatuajes? Yo renací. Como el río y como el mar, todo vuelve a su lugar. Despacito y sin romper, ya me veo verte bien. Ya nos toca, amigo, estar bien. Como siempre y hasta donde sea, te festejo porque sos el reflejo de lo que muestro cuando me dejo ver renacer. Oh, oh, ya nos toca estar bien. ¿Cómo no asustarse si en tu voz se transforman esos miedos de siempre? Vamos de frente como valientes que hay que vivir. Oh, oh, ya nos toca, amigo, verlo sí. Hoy la luna vuelve a sonreír y agradezco, amigo, que estés cerca, muy cerca y siempre.
Wow, I finished right at 1:30.
That's how you know you're professional, you know. Thank you so much. That was really amazing. It sounded great, and it was such a treat to hear you do your thing. So before I let you go, I have to ask you some more questions because this is a lunch show as well. So we got to talk food. So I got some food questions for you. So for those of you who know me in my personal life, you may know that this is not the only food themed concert that I am involved in. So I happen to have this, let me see if I can get this in the camera. I don't know how backgrounds work. Oh no, it's disappearing into my virtual kitchen background. Well, you'll just have to believe me that I happen to have this, this is gonna sound totally ridiculous now because you can't see it, but I have this like giant wheel, like a Jeopardy wheel full of food related questions. So I'm gonna spin it a few times and put you in the hot seat and ask you some rapid fire food questions. And you're just all gonna have to believe me that I have this wheel here. I love that it's not showing up. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna spin it and see where it lands. Yeah, hear it, so you know it's real. Okay, this is a good one. Is there a food that you've like always tried to like, but you just like can't get into it? You can't make yourself like it?
Yeah, I would say that's papaya.
Oh.
Love to love that fruit. I think it's a really cool fruit, and I mean honestly, I love all fruits, but papaya is like just something that I keep trying to like every year, and it's just disgusting. I'm so sorry.
I have that too. Not with papaya, but with olives. Like I feel like I should like olives because I'm like all about charcuterie boards, but I can't do it. Anyway.
Too salty. They're not good for you, so you're good.
Okay. All right, let's find another question here. Okay, this is a good one for these times. If you could go anywhere for dinner tonight, where would you go?
Oh my God.
This is a heart wrencher.
Does it have to be a restaurant, or can I say I just want to I just want to go have food at my grandma's house, honestly.
Oh,
My mom,
I love that.
The best Jewish food ever. Like, do you know what the latke is? You know the potato?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I would easily eat 10 latkes right now. Just that,
Same. That's amazing.
I would do that, yeah.
Nice, awesome. All right, let me give you a couple more of these.
I wish all interviews would be like this. This is great.
Okay. Okay, are you the kind of person that will happily wait in line for an hour with the promise of a great brunch? Because you live in Boston, so you know what brunch lines are like. Brunch lines get real.
Many times. I'm so specific with restaurants. It's crazy. My mom is here, and also Martine, my friend Martine. I pick a restaurant, and I would easily wait 3 hours if it doesn't even have to be that good. If I want to be there, and if it's full of people, that means it's gonna be even better. And I have done that. Oh my God, I went to that pancake place in San Francisco, the very famous brunch place. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No, that sounds amazing though.
I went with a friend from NEC. I went with Jolie. We were doing a work.
Oh, nice.
We waited 3 hours and a half for pancakes. Only day in the Bay Area. I was we're doing this. We're just so doing this, and I don't regret it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm what about you? Would you wait?
Oh, absolutely. Well, mostly, okay, so part of going to brunch on the weekends is you have to pick the right people to go with because you're going to be waiting in line for at least 45 minutes. So you got to bring your crew. And then there's a restaurant in Cambridge called The Friendly Toast, and it has really long waiting times. That's kind of what they're known for. But they're also known for opening their bar at 9 a.m. So it's that kind of place. So yeah, I'm into it. All right, I'm gonna ask you one more food question, and then I'll let you go. Okay, yeah. So, what is the most unusual food combination that you enjoy eating? This is a hard one.
This is really hard.
Not everyone has these. We can spin again, but to, give it some thought?
I put lemon to everything. Like I put lemon into like every food that I eat. So like I eat pasta with lemon. I eat like meat with lemon. I eat like mango with lemon.
Nice.
With lemon. I think that's pretty fair. Right?
That is unusual, but also totally understandable.
What?
Totally understandable, but unusual.
It's really good. Rice with lemon, that's like a one way. I mean, you should try that.
Okay, that's my homework. I'm on it.
Okay.
Nice.
Before I leave, I just want to say that Magdalena is a Wonder Woman, and I admire so much as well. Like, she's an amazing musician, guitar player, just like songwriter, everything, and also like just like a genius improviser and an amazing whatever, like connecting, like how do you say that? I mean, just like you're amazing at communication in general. So thank you.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Stick around. We have another musician on the docket that I'm excited to tell you all about. But I think the tough thing about right now is that there's a lot of negativity, right? Like it's so easy to get down in the dumps when we're stuck inside. And so let's leave on a positive note. One last question for you. What has been the best part about your time staying at home?
Honestly, I've been talking so much to people, like to you, to my teachers, It's great because you can just like, I mean, if you want to like talk about anything with anybody that likes you, right? But like even your teachers, I would say just like take advantage of that. I've been like having super long like mentor like conversations with my teachers, and that's just priceless, and I don't think that it will ever happen again. So I think that this will it's not like a productivity like sort of like thing, like competition, but if you get to like use this time when people like don't have anything to do in your favor, I think it's wonderful, and I think that we can get like some like really crazy stuff done, and you can get like some crazy collaborations and just like some crazy conversations going. So I would encourage people to just be brave and just like like send your single to your idols. Maybe they have free time and they will listen to it. I don't know. It might happen to you too. I would just say that.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Delfina. Excited to chat with you later. But this was great. Thanks so much.
Bye. Good luck to the other performers. I'll be here listening.
Cool. Awesome. So next up, we have the Wolff Sisters. So Rachel, who's a member of that band, is someone I met when I was a student at Berklee. I was a guitar performance major. And she's a fantastic guitar player, and I'm a guitarist, so I don't just hand out that compliment. She's actually really amazing. So I'm excited to hear her perform some original material today. So I'm gonna see, I think they're part of this chat. Let me just see how we can get this going. Awesome, cool. So do you want to take a second to sort of introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'm Rachel. And I'm the one who went to Berklee, and then these are my real sisters. So it's Kat on the piano and Rebecca right here in the middle, and we have a band together, and our last name is Wolff, and we're the Wolff Sisters, and we're from like right outside Boston on the southern edge, and we've just been playing music together since we were kids. So.
Wow, that's amazing. So full disclosure, I did not realize these are your real sisters.
Oh.
And I have to say, like, how cool is that you were born into, first of all, like a really awesome family, clearly, but also a really cool last name. So you just like had a band name. Like, how short was that conversation?
Well, we always like wanted to come up with a band name, but by the time we started thinking about it, we had been performing like in our town already, and people were just calling us the Wolff Sisters already. So it was too late to change it by then.
Nice. Cool. So you're from around Boston. Where are you broadcasting from today? Are you in the area?
We're just we're in right outside Boston in Cambridge.
Sweet.
So just
cool.
The suburbs. They were doing some tree work earlier. I don't know if they'll start again. So sorry to hear some.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, so maybe let's just take a second to check in. Like how has everything in the past couple of months affected you all as a band?
It's been kind of crazy, like just like every other musician right now in the world. Because we play with a full band. Our drummer Will, who went to Berklee, and we have some rotating bass players that step in. We were planning like tours, and everything just got canceled. And like there are some shows this summer up in the air, but who knows what's gonna happen? And like we have to think about like safety first. But yeah, we might. I don't know. We might see if we can get in the studio instead somewhere down the line this summer. But everything's
Yeah.
sort of changed. But
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And it's a difficult position to be put in, right? Like, especially when you have to pull the plug on the show. I know, like, I just
for sure.
last week pulled the plug on a handful of like Canadian shows because I was like, I don't feel confident that we're gonna get across the border.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and it's really tough though, right? Because we're like saying goodbye to paychecks essentially.
It is
So that is rough. But yeah, so have you done any other live stream concerts?
We've done 2 like hosted by us just on our Facebook page.
Nice. How
Yeah,
did
one
those
in
go?
March, one in April. They're fun, really fun. It's fun to play for people, even if we can't play live. Like, and then we're just doing a bunch of other little ones hosted by other platforms. So Boston has been really cool about getting people to keep performing and giving people platforms.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I completely agree. Boston has really sort of shown up for their musician community, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That we have the capacity to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm gonna hand things over to you. Maybe I'll check in with you after your first song
Sure.
to make sure that everything sounds good. And if at any point you want to check in, I'm here. I'm just gonna shut off my camera. Yeah, and then I guess the last thing I'll say is, again, this is a lunch show, so I just want to share with everyone what I'm having for lunch.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cook up some of these Beyond Burgers.
Oh, cool.
So this is like a shout out to Fritz Kuhnlens, who's the Senior Director of Alumni Affairs, and Delfina. They were both with me when I had my very first Beyond Burger, and it was like pretty good. I don't eat beef, so every once in a while I like really crave a burger, so this is like the next best thing kind of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what are you all having for lunch?
What did I have? I just had a sandwich. What do you guys have?
Nice.
I had leftover pizza.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
I literally made a giant bowl of vegetables.
Nice.
Nice. That's awesome. I have a really important follow-up question about the leftover pizza. Did you heat it or was it cold?
I do not like cold pizza. I know that's very controversial. I like to heat my crust up nice and crispy.
Nice. I mean, hey, I'm not here to judge. I will let the public do that. So yeah, take it away.
Okay, cool. We'll play a song. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
When it's time
That was awesome. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, sounded so great. Quick sound note, maybe piano and guitars can come down just a hair just to bring those vocals out just a little bit more. I mean, you know me, I want all guitars all day, but I think that would just help a little bit. So thanks. But yeah, keep on rolling. Sounds great.
Awesome. All right, we'll play another one. Since it's raining, we'll play one called Bad Rain.
If you want to see that thunder, 'cause I don't think this thing is over. I know where I find redemption. Though I satisfied the end.
Cool. All right, we'll keep rolling along. We'll play another song. Kat's gonna play the accordion for this one. And they started that tree work. They're chopping down some trees in some neighbor's yard, so sorry for the extra noise. All right. This was called Honey Whiskey.
it's gone. Honey whiskey.
That was awesome. Wow. That was really, really great. I didn't know that I could like continue to get my mind blown by all of you and your amazing talent, but then you brought out an accordion? What?
It's really hard to play it quietly.
Yeah, no, I mean, serious props to you. That was like really unexpected. And you're also like just like slightly out of frame. So I was like, is that a harmonica? That sounds like the weirdest harmonica in the world. Also like circular breathing questions, but then, but it was an accordion. That is so, so awesome. Cool. Yeah, that was really, really great. So, yeah, so I don't know if you got a chance to stick around for Delfina's set, but I have some food-related questions that I have to ask all of you if you're there for it. So like I mentioned, I have this really amazing food question, like Jeopardy wheel, but it's like escaping into my fake like Zoom background. And I'm not gonna take off my Zoom background because my real kitchen is not nearly as nice as this fake kitchen, and it would be like the greatest disappointment if I took it off. It would be like a worse disappointment than all your shows getting canceled. Let me see if I can get it in the frame. Oh no! Oh wait, you're getting a glimpse.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a spin and see where it lands.
Cool.
Okay. This is fun, and this is a question for all of you. What is the strangest thing that you've ever eaten?
The strangest thing.
Oh, I don't even know.
I mean, you've been to Europe. What have you eaten anything weird? I mean, I've probably eaten some weird things that like I wasn't really told about.
They just didn't tell you.
They just didn't tell me.
Have you eaten buffalo products? Is that really weird though?
I've eaten like buffalo meat, like
Wow.
ground beef. It's like buffalo.
That's pretty strange.
Because I don't think I would ever like seek that out.
I haven't had eel before.
Oh, that's interesting.
I had eel sashimi before. It was
Whoa.
really good.
Where did you have that?
I was 17. It was at like a graduation party, and
Cool.
like someone brought over sashimi, and I was like,
That's awesome.
"Let me try this."
Wow, that's such a move to serve eel at your graduation party. I feel like there's something in there about your future, but I don't know. That's amazing. I think the strangest thing I've ever eaten might be this burger that I've been cooking, because it like started by looking like kind of like cat food and then it ended looking like cow meat. So
There you go.
there you go. The miracle of chemistry, everybody. Okay. Okay. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what meal would that be?
Does chocolate count?
Chocolate can be a meal, I think. I guess, like with enough determination.
That's a tough one.
I know. I'm here with the hard-hitting questions. I'm getting the behind the music with the Wolff Sisters.
Grilled cheese, because you can change it up enough where it can be savory
Oh my
or
God.
sweet.
I love
Good one.
Indian food. Like I love curries, you know. So.
Nice.
We're also different in like what we eat and like our tastes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. But I don't know. I mean, my favorite meal is like fresh seafood. So anything like that, I mean, that would be good to me.
Nice. That is awesome. Very, very interesting combinations. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Because I've had like my third cup of coffee for the day. Are you coffee or tea people? Or are you like not caffeine people?
I mean, I choose coffee over tea, but I don't really drink it every day.
Okay.
I did have coffee this morning, but yesterday I had tea. So I will do both.
Oh. And we know what you are.
I'm a tea person.
Nice.
Tea is my jam.
What's your like go-to tea?
Jasmine for sure.
Oh.
I make some like herbal teas, so.
She makes some really good teas.
Wow. I feel like I definitely owe my caffeine addiction to my undergraduate degree at Berklee. Like, I gotta say. Okay, one more of these. Okay, I just got the same question. Oh, okay. This is also a really weird one. I'm sorry, you're getting all the hard ones. What kind of fruit or vegetable would you be?
Oh. There's so many good ones.
You would be a kumquat.
I don't even know a blackberry or a carrot.
Oh, a carrot.
I think I would be a bell pepper.
Oh.
I gotta ask why.
I mean, like, I love bell peppers, and they come in so many different colors. And, you know, the green ones are just kind of like there, and they're just kind of like slightly bitter, but like full of.
These guys look like aliens, though. Aliens.
But like, they're so like, I literally have 2 bags of peppers in my freezer. You can add them to everything. They're just like there. They're just, you like turn the corner and they're there.
They're reliable.
Yeah.
They're there for you. I understand. That's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much again for doing this. It was such a treat to hear you all do your thing.
Thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so good to see you. I guess, again, I'm going to ask you the same question that I left Delfina with, which is, you know, I think that there are the pros and the cons of being indoors and like having way more time than we've probably had ever. What has been for each of you the best part of being stuck at home?
I mean, I've personally been just taking this time to like work on, I have really bad posture, so I've been really like trying to every day like figure out what to do to fix that and like acting on that. And usually when we're on tour or something, it's like there's not a lot of time to like work on physical health depending on who you are. So that's me.
Yeah, I love that.
I guess I've been just I don't really. I guess I still have. I'm still working.
Yeah, you still work.
I have like a day job. I work at a college, so I'm still working full time. But when I'm not working from home, I'm starting new hobbies, baking, and getting back into art and things like that. So.
Nice.
What are you doing?
I have this little herb company that I'm trying to build up, so it's been a good opportunity to focus more on that instead of playing shows. And
That's awesome.
yay!
Wow, that is so cool. Any jasmine tea line in the future for your herbarium?
Maybe not jasmine, but I will always rep that. The jasmine bean.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Well, that's really awesome. I think it's super important to remember the positives during this time. So I really appreciate you all sharing that. So everyone tuning in, if you liked what you heard, you can learn more about the Wolff Sisters on their website, which I shared in the chat. And do you all want to share any last words before we move on to our next act?
No, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the other artists today. So,
Awesome.
I want to say something. I was going to say, no matter where you're at or what you're doing great, and just, take care of yourself.
Good
and allow
vibes.
yourself to feel whatever you're feeling.
Mm-hmm. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much again, the Wolff Sisters. You all are awesome. I'm going to have some of your songs stuck in my head for like a long time, in the best way. So next up we have Darro, who's someone I was connected with through my colleague Joe Drazen, who is Director of Alumni Affairs at Berklee, and he oversees the New York area. So some of you may know that our office is structured such that there's sort of like a staff member assigned to each of our major networks. So Joe is our New York guy. I am the Boston person. So I'm really excited to be connected with Darro. Let me just pop into our participants list and make sure. Cool, no one's in the waiting room, we're good. Darro, can you hear me and see me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, awesome.
Okay.
I can hear you, see you, everything looks great.
Okay.
Amazing setup. Look at
Cool.
that.
Can you hear that, the guitar? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Loud
How's it going?
and clear. It's good. I'm hanging out in my fake kitchen, cooking.
I was gonna ask, it's pretty convincing, honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I thought it was like raining out, so I'm like, why is it so sunny in her apartment when it's raining out?
That's so funny. Yeah, no, this kitchen is my goals. I think that if we, at future Berklee nights, I will just keep upgrading my kitchen until it's like totally absurd.
And then you'll be in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen.
Right, totally. I'm basically just trying to become the barefoot Contessa of the music industry.
Fair.
Yeah, so where are you broadcasting from today?
I am in Brooklyn, and it's also kind of overcasty in Brooklyn, New York right now.
Yeah.
So things are pretty post-apocalyptic outside in the most ridiculous way.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's so hard to like walk outside and just everybody's wearing face masks, and it's like I'm just like stepped into a movie, and it's like it's really hard to just like accept that this is reality right now, Yeah. I've
heard a lot of people feeling like when they wake up in the morning, there's sort of this like split second where you're like, was that just a science fiction like nightmare that I had? And then you sort of are confronted with this reality that we are kind of, stuck in this situation. And so I think that's definitely a feeling shared by a lot of people right now. How has this all affected you as a musician?
A lot. So I was working on, originally it was going to be an EP released like for the summer, and we were planning a tour, and we were in pre-production for a music video. And actually the week before we were supposed to go in and shoot our music video, they shut everything down. And so like I had this whole team set up, and we had storyboarded and did all this stuff, and like we had booked the venue to film and everything. We had a crew, and then everything just like, oh well, now it's just kind of postponed. So that it's affected me in that way, and also in the way in the sense where we don't really know how to plan like for for whatever we are planning. Like we're planning a tour, but we don't know when. Everything is so much in the air.
Totally.
But I will say on the good side is that I've had so much extra time to write. So I've written enough songs to the point where like the EP is now going to be a full length album. So that's really exciting.
Oh, that's so awesome. Very, very cool. Well, you know, I hope that we can sort of get things rolling again in terms of production with album releases and tours as soon as is safe. But it is tough not knowing when exactly that will be. Have you done some other live stream performances at all?
No, I've been kind of, I don't want to say avoiding them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just acoustic sets are not necessarily something that I do very often. So I guess thanks for breaking that eggshell for me. You got to crack a few eggs.
Yeah, no, I mean, thank you for sort of being vulnerable enough to take, to jump into the deep end with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll sort of hand things over to you and let you do your thing. I'll probably check in with you after the first song just to give you a thumbs up that the sound is good and everything, but cool. Take it away.
Thanks. Told me everything's alright, but why did that feel like a fight? I think it's time that we rethink your time with me. I didn't mean to lose control. In fact, I just want you to know we need our room to grow. It's time to let it go. Yes, I wanna talk about it, but do you want to know? I doubt it. You've always had this thing about you, like you were always fine without it. Did I just make a big mistake? Should I have said nothing instead? Am I too late? Is this our fate? Should I have called before the fall? Right now it seems too long ago, and holding on will take its toll. If it were up to me, the choice is so easy. I finally believe the past. I knew our love would never last, but still I like to dream a perfect fantasy. I don't wanna talk about it. I know our judgment has been clouded. I've always had this thing about me, thought I could never live without it. Did I just make a big mistake? Should I have said nothing instead? Am I too late? Is this our fate? Should I have called before the fall? Did I just make a big mistake? Should I have said nothing instead? Am I too late? Is this our fate? Should I have called before the fall? My roommates are clapping.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Really, really great job. Everything sounds great. Keep doing your thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. That last song was called Before the Fall. It was off of my EP from 2017. I actually wrote that at Berklee in Valencia when I was a grad student. And this next song is also from that same EP. This one is called I Remember. Roses on walls, light through the shade, feeling the warmth of the fireplace, grass in my shoes, dirt on your face, feeling the warmth of the sun's embrace. Running around, chasing the streets, feet off the ground as we climb the trees. Never stay still or do what we're told, careless to what the next day may hold. Now we're far away from home. It all seems so long ago. I will always remember I was so simple then. I will always remember. Stay with me till the end. I'm uncertain of the future in front of me. I'm addicted to the way that things used to be. Time to grow up, pack all your things. Got to move on is what they all sing. Trust in your gut, there's no need to fear. None of your memories will disappear. Treasure all the stories told. Our hearts were made of solid gold. I will always remember I was so simple then. I will always remember. Stay with me till the end. I'm uncertain of the future in front of me. I'm addicted to the way that things used to be. Roses on walls, light through the shade, feeling the warmth of the fireplace, grass in my shoes, dirt on your face, feeling the warmth of the sun's embrace. Thanks. So that one was called I Remember. Yes, that was off of my EP, Nostalgia. Representing the Darro water case. What is this, a BPA bottle? Water BPA bottle. Yeah, so I came out with that EP in 2017. I wrote it in grad school, and that was before all the health issues came, and I was writing it while I was experiencing all the health issues, but I didn't realize that I had health issues at the time. So they're kind of reflective of the ignorance of all the health issues at the time. And so the new songs that I'm working on now are kind of a reflection of all those feelings after having gone through it, coming out the other side of it. And so this is one of those songs, one of the newer songs. This one is called Undefined. And I've never played this one acoustic before. Actually, I've never played any of those songs acoustic before. And so, yeah, this one actually is the one that I released in October as like a full rock thing. So here's an acoustic version of it. Well, the things I sacrificed keep me up at night. I didn't choose. Life's not a cruise, but I see them dance around me with my head down, struggling alone. I didn't know. If you'd known me, could have shown me. When you see my face, you won't see a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm undefined, and with style and grace, and if I'm out of place, you can't deny it. I'm undefined. So we've gone our separate ways, missing the old days, trying to hold on to a life that's long gone. I won't compromise or apologize for working so hard. I'll send a card. If you known me, could have shown me. It's a new me. When you see my face, you won't see a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm undefined, and with style and grace, and if I'm out of place, you can't deny it. I'm undefined. Don't get in my way, or don't try my patience. It's not up to you. It's not a debate or a conversation. It's all up to me. When you see my face, you won't see a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm undefined, and with style and grace, and if I'm out of place, you can't deny it. I'm undefined. That one was called Undefined. And that is coming, that's going to be on my next album called Songs of Recovery, which I'm hoping to finish this year at some point, if we ever are allowed back into the studios. So this next song is called So Much More, and it's called So Much More. It's the only acoustic song that I've ever actually written, like for acoustic guitar. And I've never played it live because it's kind of a hard song to play, but it's a really special song. And it's really a song about my parents, particularly because like they're immigrants. I'm first generation American, Asian American. And so this song is basically about them coming to the United States and, you know, creating this life for me, I guess.
to rejuvenate, recreate the life you almost had. Your hands are rugged from years of strife, but you made something a brand new life. You gave me eyes to see the life you had before. Eyes on me, you saw something no one else could see. Guiding me, you believed I could be so much more. So much more. Trying to be everything you saw in me. Finally, we can grow in peace. The tides are changing, but you're the same. There's no forgetting from where we came. You gave me eyes to see the life you had before. Eyes on me, you saw something no one else could see. Guiding me, you believed I could be so much more. So much more. You gave so much more than you had. I won't give up. Promise you that. You gave so much more than you had. Thanks for that. You gave me eyes to see the life you had before. Eyes on me, you saw something no one else could see. Guiding me, you believed I could be so much more. So much more. Thanks.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
This was such a treat. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for performing acoustic arrangements of these songs that are not necessarily acoustic. That's huge, and just being so open with like sharing the backstories of these songs as well. Like especially that last one. Like my parents are also immigrants, first generation Latin American, so I feel that was really cool.
It's a unique experience. It really is.
Sorry.
Yeah. My dog was looking like he wanted to come up onto the couch. Mocha.
Dogs are welcome. We love dogs in Alumni Affairs. So.
Come here, Mocha.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Eurasian. Let's see if he's not too shy. Come on. There
oh my God.
This is Mocha.
Oh my goodness. This is the best guest star that we could have had.
I should have had him the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to like lay his head on my foot as I play. I think it's because he likes like my rhythmic tapping or whatever. I don't really know. I'm not really sure.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Such a sweetie. Well, wow. I'm just like so happy right now. Okay.
He
So
smells.
before I let you go, I have to put you in the hot seat as I did with our first two artists and ask you some hard hitting food related questions. I guess let's start with like, what did you have for lunch today? Have you had lunch?
Okay, so don't get mad. I haven't eaten yet today. I don't. Okay, so I don't necessarily do it on purpose. Sometimes I do. I sort of do intermittent fasting, so I don't eat breakfast. But I also woke up late today, and I like didn't really eat anything today. No, I lied. I had a yogurt.
Okay.
But that's really it. But normally, during quarantine, my go-to lunches have been egg and turkey cheese sandwiches.
Ooh,
Yeah, so I'll
that
just
sounds
like
good.
I'll crack an egg on the stove, and then I'll actually like take like honey turkey and put it on the stove as well, because it gives it like some, I guess, some browning or whatever to
Yeah.
the turkey, and then I'll put it on a sandwich, and that's my lunch usually.
That is so good. I'm a breakfast all day, every day
gosh,
kind
me
of
too.
person, so I'm there. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna spin this this wheel that you can't see. I'm so disappointed.
The imaginary wheel.
Let's see. Oh, okay, this is a good one. And this might actually be the same thing that you just said, but what has been your favorite home cooked meal of the quarantine?
Ooh, okay. So that's not my favorite. That's just the most convenient.
Okay.
I want to say the best thing that I made so far is actually, it's one of my mom's recipes. I don't know what to call it because I don't know what it's called in English.
Okay.
But if I were to describe it, it's kind of like an oven roasted sweet chili chicken glaze, or sweet chili glazed chicken. And it's so good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, my mom's an incredible cook.
Oh, that is the best. Wow.
So
Okay,
I stole
cool.
that from her.
All right, let's see. Oh, this is fun. What is a restaurant or food that you know that you shouldn't like, but you do? For instance, McDonald's.
Oh. This is, okay. I'm going to say it. I'm so sorry for everybody. That's Chick-fil-A. I'm so sorry. I love Chick-fil-A is so good. I hate that I love it so much. You know?
We can't help it sometimes.
Popeyes is on the come up with that new chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. I mean, that's good. That's good.
Fried chicken.
I feel like my thing, I don't know. I definitely eat like a few things.
Are you vegetarian?
So I don't eat beef or pork. And I guess that's like one of the things actually that is like bad for you, but that I definitely indulge in. Like I love a good fake hot dog.
Fake hot dog?
So like a good like vegetarian hot dog is so great. Although I know that like they're super processed and like filled with other types of mystery ingredients.
Still good.
But it's like, sometimes it's what I need.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, so this was one that came up earlier. This is one of my favorite questions, especially now. If you could go anywhere for dinner tonight, where would you go? It doesn't have to be a restaurant. Could be a friend's house. Could be your mom's kitchen table. Hey, that's where I would go.
It would probably be my mom's house. I miss hot pot. So my mom does this thing. And I think it's just been so long since I've been home. And it was actually my nephew's birthday yesterday, and I was so sad that I missed it because it's his first birthday. But they had hot pot. It was a curry hot pot where it's just kind of like this big old pot of curry that sits in the center of a table. And then you have all these plates around it of like things to cook inside the hot pot. And we just sit down at a table and we just literally go ham for like 2 hours.
Oh, that is just the best. Yeah, I love a good like long meal and like meals with people. That is definitely, I think, the thing that I miss most during this time.
And my mom's cooking in general.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, thank you again so much. As I've mentioned with the other performers, I think it is important to take a moment to identify the positives that are keeping us afloat during this difficult time. So what has for you been the best part of staying home?
Oh, man. I want to say Probably writing more music. I'm just living in New York is hard. It's expensive, and so you have to work very hard to be able to stay afloat in New York. And because of that, you don't really have much time, or really you're spent. Your energy is spent, and you don't really have a lot of energy to write or create. So the fact that like I was able to write 4 songs in the last month, and I'm really thrilled by them, and I'm really excited. And now I just want to record them. And I think that's been the best part, is just having the time to write. And I know some people are having difficulties with that. And I also experience like the pressure of, I need to be productive during this time. And that just creates crazy anxiety. So I kind of I try to like not beat myself up too much when I can't write.
Yeah, for sure. That's like the key, right? Like write when you feel like writing, and don't write when you don't. And that seems simple, but it can be difficult to sort of relieve ourselves of that pressure. Yeah. Well, thank you again so much. This has been such a treat. Everyone who's tuning in, if you like what you heard, I did add a link to Darro's website in the chat, so check that out. And Darro, hope to meet you off screen sometime in the future.
Yeah, sounds good.
Great.
All right.
Awesome. So
have a great
next
lunch.
Oh yeah, go eat lunch. That is your homework, your official homework from Berklee. So last but certainly not least, we have our next performer, Lucy Graves, who I connected with through my colleague, Callan Moody, who's also an assistant director and Alumni Affairs. Shout out to Callan. She oversees the Nashville and Atlanta networks. And so I know I keep alluding to all of us overseeing different networks. So in the chat, I will add a link to a page which outlines who sort of oversees what area, if you're curious. But first, let's hear from Lucy. Lucy, are you there? Can you hear me and see me? Okay?
I'm here.
Awesome.
Oh,
great. I can see you and hear you.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yay, this is fabulous.
Off to a great start. I have to say, first of all, that I love the lighting that's happening. Can you tell me the story about what's going on back there?
Well, to be honest, first I need to introduce. This is Andre Mojo Brown. He is also a Berklee alum.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, very cool. Thanks for joining us.
And he's joining today because he co-wrote and produced all of my music. So.
So cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and this is his lighting. He likes.
Okay.
You gotta have the vibes, man. Like it makes the creative juices just work a little bit better.
I completely agree. That's why I'm in this beautiful fake kitchen. I had to have a kitchen upgrade in order to properly host this cooking show.
That's fantastic.
Nice. So tell me, where are you all broadcasting from today?
So we're in Atlanta right now.
Cool.
Yes, in the good old state of Georgia. Let's not get started on the politics of that. But
yep, I'm just gonna knock. Anyway, so yeah, how have things been for you? How are you holding up? How has this affected your day-to-day lives as musicians?
Shit. It's been very unsettling. I think it's almost as if it was like a trauma, like a loss. And so it's actually been a kind of experiencing grief in a weird way.
Totally, yes.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I'm from New Zealand originally, so to not be able to go home, and my parents are in New Zealand, and let's just give a shout out to Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister, because she's doing an incredible job in New Zealand. But it's been really difficult being over here, seeing how incredible they're dealing with it, and just not being able to kind of be around there. How are you taking it?
It's weird for me. I personally, I toured for a long time, like a lot, like almost 10 years, and so I was never home. So this is it's kind of, at first it was like, whoa, what's happening? But then I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I can watch movies all day and with my family. I mean, board games with my niece, and then the creative side of things it's been cool. It's been up and down though, to be honest. It was very hard coming in because it's a traumatic situation. I don't think anybody in our for our generation, we've never imagined that we would ever see something like this so traumatic that would affect the whole world. So I think you know, I think for us, we allowed ourselves to feel what was going on, you know, and be in it. And then a week or two after things started, then, you know, I mean, for me,
I was like, he got back into creative mode.
But you know what it was? I told her, I didn't put the pressure on myself. Everybody's posting, yo, you're in a quarantine, you might as well be making all the dopest records. You better be like, you know, getting healthy and getting fit. And I'm over here eating Twinkies and stuff like this and making that. I don't care if it's, I didn't put the pressure on myself, is what it was to create. And that's where I told myself, I was like, if it feels good today and I feel like making music, I'm going to do it. Tomorrow, if I want to sit on my couch and binge watch Saved by the Bell, I'm going to do that too. So.
Yeah. I mean, I created a series called The Shittest Song Ever. Sorry for swearing, guys. But that was literally my thing to the whole quarantine of like, I don't feel creative, so I'm just going to create shit.
They're great. They're really good songs.
So, like, so amazing. Like, when you give yourself that permission to just create or just to, like, go on your couch, like, it's so, so important. And, you know, I have to say, like, I really, really resonate with what you described as, like, the grief. So, like, I'm a performing musician as well. Yeah. And to not have that anymore is traumatic. And it's not just about the audience. It's really, for me personally, it's, because I play a lot of jazz and improvised music, it's about the people I'm playing with. Like, it's the community that you walk into when you walk into the club. And you lose that, and that's really rough. And you don't get it back with live stream concerts. And I'm grappling with that a little bit. And they're great. Like, I love it. And I feel very honored to be hosting this one and to have you here. And it is good to have, but it's just different.
It is, I know. And I really hope that this isn't going to become the new norm.
No, yeah, I don't think it can, you know. I mean, it's just a part of how we're coping, and at least we have this, right? I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, thank you for sharing about your experiences. I'm excited to hear you and let you do your thing. So take it away, and I'll check in with you after your first song just to give you a thumbs up that everything sounds good.
Okay, yeah, just want to make sure it's not too loud.
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, this is fun. This is actually the first like live stream that I've done. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I hope that I'm still working because you're frozen, just by the way.
Oh, but, yeah, you sound great. Okay. Everything sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Well, this one's called Show and Tell. Yeah. I have never been the type to fall in love with just a night. A fantasy, a dream achieved. You're the type of guy I might. Thinking of trying a couple of new things, but I'm trying to be a new thing. Cause you show me how to win when I'm losing. Oh, show me yours, I'll show you mine. They say you're wrong, it's hard to find. But I know that you and I can redefine. Show and tell me now, don't think twice. Just take a chance, roll the dice. We'll never know unless you try. Let's redefine. Show and tell. Show and tell. You can't even took me by surprise. No need to see, no need to hide. We're done with games, we're gonna play. That's how we know the feeling's right. I'm thinking of trying a couple of new things. I'm down for trying to be a new thing. Cause you show me how to win when I'm losing. Oh, show me yours, I'll show you mine. To say you're wrong, it's hard to find. But I know that you and I can redefine.
Show and tell me now. Don't think twice. Just take a chance. Roll the dice. We'll never fall. Let's try. Let's redefine. Show and tell. Yeah. Okay, that was the first one.
Nice. That was awesome. Cool. Yeah. Wow. This is like so perfect for my mood. This is like the best like vibe. Loving it. In terms of sound, I'm losing a little bit of the bass, so I think maybe there's like maybe a little bit of mixing to be done with the piano and the bass, but the voices sound great.
Okay, awesome, cool. I'm not getting naked. I just suddenly got really hot. The jacket's coming off.
Nice. Okay, great, awesome. The bass, yeah, definitely.
Cool. Sweet. Well, this next song then. This was actually the first single that I put out. So same with Jay, I toured for many, many years, and then a couple of years ago I decided to say, peace out, bye, and focus on my own stuff. So this was the first single that came out last year. Yeah. Maybe it's crazy, but I feel like it's the start of something new. Hold out your hand, I'll take it, follow you to the sky of blue. It's just a minute, cause it feels like it's the start of something new. Oh, won't overthink it, best believe it's meant to be just me and you. Cause maybe we can fall into melody. Hold on tight, yeah, I believe it. I wanna know if we can have affinity. Cause I want it, Maybe it's crazy, but I feel like it's the start of something new. Hold out your hand, I'll take it, follow you into the sky of blue. It's just a minute, cause it feels like it's the start of something new. Won't overthink it, best believe it's meant to be just me and you. Blend together like a perfect harmony. I found what I want to believe in. Love is showing all the possibilities. I want them real. Maybe it's crazy, but I feel like it's the start of something new. Hold out your hand, I'll
just admit it, 'cause this feels like it's the start of something new. Won't overthink it, best believe it's meant to be just me and you. Maybe it's crazy, but I feel like it's the start of something new. Yeah. I'm like giving myself applause. I'm so lame. I'm like,
Hear all of the virtual claps. Thank you guys so much. Stop.
Stop it, you're making me blush. What is the time? Let me make sure that I've got 2:52. Can we get all of it?
How long exactly do we have?
Do I have to be done at 3?
Yeah, so maybe we have time for like one more, if that's okay.
One more. Okay, sure. What do you think? You think maybe attention? Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Okay, cool. One more. Got you.
Un momento, please.
I'm just like making it really awkward for him, and he needs to change to guitar. So that is happening. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys reaching out so that I can, you know.
Yeah, this has been so great meeting both of you and just like hearing your original stuff. This is super cool. I have to ask you both the same question that I've asked everyone. What has been the best part of having to stay home?
Not having to wear a bra.
Me too, I agree.
Nice.
No, I don't know. I think it is a little bit of, I mean, it takes a little bit of time to get used to, but I think the greatest thing is actually giving yourself time to almost recoup and regenerate, because we're always going and always trying to do stuff, or always are doing stuff, and so it's like it's been a reset for a lot of us, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So cool. I don't know. Cool. Shall we do the last song and then we can chitty chat?
Go for it.
Okay, cool. This is called Attention. You came in morning. All I wanted was attention. Promised to love me. That was never your intention. It's funny you happen to see. You could not do better than me. And now you're bugging. 'Cause you lost all my affection. So keep your money, and I'll give all of my attention. Someone loves me, and will never keep me guessing. So happy that I chose to leave, 'cause I know what's better for me. So keep your sorries, 'cause you'll only get rejection. It's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same sweet emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of love that can be so smooth. Yeah,
yeah. Give me your heart, make it real. Forget about it. Or else forget about it. Or else forget about it. Give me your heart, make it real. You gave me money, but all I wanted was attention. Cool. Thanks, guys. I'm clapping for you because I feel really awkward having no audience.
That was really, really great. Thank you so much again. I could listen to you all for a long time. That was great.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. So I think I have like enough time to just ask you one song or one question from my wheel of questions. So let me give this a spin and put you in the hot seat. What is your favorite dessert?
Oh, I love cannolis.
Ooh, yes.
Like, I probably could eat copious amounts of cannolis and not get sick of them ever. Like,
Nice.
ever. Yeah, probably cannolis.
So
Right?
when you were at Berklee, were you entrenched in the Mike's versus Modern cannoli battle? Are you familiar with this?
I have no. We're like old Berklee. Like we finished in 2009.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so there's Mike's Pastry and there's Modern.
Oh,
And they
okay.
have like a feud in the North End over like who's got the better cannoli. So
now we gotta go back and try.
I was gonna say, when you're back in town,
Yeah, I've never had one.
highly recommend.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. I'm gonna like. It's gonna be a thing.
Definitely.
Because
we'll have to let you know what we think, because it's kind of our thing. Because only we've had them all over everywhere we go. We're like, we gotta find who's got the bomb. Between that and creme brulee, that's mine.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Those are good. Okay. I'm hungry now. Well, okay. Well, everyone who's tuning in, you can check out more of Lucy's music at the link that I put in the chat. And thank you all again for performing. That was such a treat.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Yeah, well, I have to run, but this was awesome. And you know, everyone tuning in, thanks so much. And if you have the capacity to support these artists in any way, whether it's sharing their music on your socials or purchasing merch or purchasing a track, I highly recommend that you do so. This is a tough time for everybody, and musicians are no exception. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you with that. Thanks so much, everybody.